You can start.
Sir.
Science
of emotions. Sir, research has shown that emotions can have a powerful effect on our behavior, influencing everything from our decision making to our social interactions. For example, studies have found that people in a positive mood are more likely to take risks and be more creative, while those in negative mood tend to be more cautious and risk averse. Sir, you can never see the one who is very emotional over silly things. Sir. Even we saw that MJ, sir, Michael Jordan is controlling his emotion and don't showing any emotions over Scottie Pippen, which is very silly. He is talking about, sir.
You suggested he could have had a better way of handling that emotion. Then, if you are suggesting, how do you think he should have handled the emotion? Like Pippen, Scotty, how do you think he could have handled this emotion? The emotion of jealousy, the emotion of envy, the emotion of insecurity. A lot of emotions he underwent, and that's why he created a ruckus.
Yes, sir.
As per the presenter of this presentation, what's your suggestion? How he should have handled that emotion?
Sir, he can talk one-on-one conversation with MJ, sir. And that after the talk, the problem will 90% it will be solved, so no problem.
Absolutely. Right. Okay.
Next. Managing emotions in challenging situations. Sir, we want to control and manage our emotions, sir, as well as we should not.
Hariharan knows that because he always remains silent, and as a silent monk, he goes and he either bangs his head on the wall or he punches the wall.
In the life.
Right? Yeah, in the life.
Sir, as well as we should not waste our emotions by telling to anyone who don't even care about us, sir.
Okay, jokes apart.
Yes, sir.
Hariharan was mentioning that he remains silent when he is emotionally driven. I have also seen that, and I have appreciated him for that. Do you think it's a good way of controlling emotions?
Sir, yes, sir. Me also, sir, when I am getting scolding from my father, I will be very tense.
Okay. How does that feel? You'll break something.
No, sir. I don't know.
நீ என்னடா சொன்னாரு?
Yes, sir.
இதான் கை போட்டு சொல்றாரு.
இல்லை சார், அப்படி பண்ண கை உடைக்கிறது வந்து திங்ஸ் கீழே
Displacement. It's called as displacement.
நான் அப்படியே தான் பண்ணுவேன் சார். இப்போ என் மேலே தப்பு இருந்துச்சுன்னா விட்டுருவேன் சார். என்னோட தப்பு இல்லைன்னா மீன் லைக் if it's my mom, I mean if like I won't waste a lot of time or energy, but if the mistakes on me, I won't talk anything back. But in school, I won't, like if the fault is on my side, I won't talk, sir, but if I'm not at fault, I will.
Sir, in my life, I have wasted many time on sharing my emotions with my friends, sir, who don't even care about me, sir. But they are using me. I don't know that they are using, and I think they are very caring for me. My parents told me that, sir, but I don't even care them, sir.
Well, if friends don't care about you, Harish,
Yes, sir.
you have got nothing to lose. If they use you, then you have got a lot of things to earn because you are a fantastic instrument and you are basically a good tool for them to use.
Yes, sir.
Then it means you are giving a wonderful service to them. And your charity salvation account will also be credited. So, if they use you, you have got more things to get benefited. If they ignore you, you have got nothing to lose.
Yes, sir. After my complete usage, they start to ignore me, sir. Not all. Sir, yes.
Even God is used like that. You know, a person has got a problem, then he starts going to the temple. Because the priest would have advised him to go for that Orumandalam, the so-called Orumandalam, which is 48 days. And after 48 days, he will forget God.
Completely forget the God, yes, sir.
Correct. So even God has got that state. We are mortal human beings.
Yes, sir. Next. Emotional mastery in daily life. Emotional mastery is a crucial skill that can positively impact every aspect of our lives. By understanding and managing our emotions, we can improve relationships, increase our productivity, and enhance our overall well-being, sir.
Okay.
Sir, as per the law of universe, what we are giving to universe will return back to us, sir. If we give positive and happy ways to others, we can also get happy ways and positive ways, sir. If we are scolding, angry with all of them, means we also return like that, sir.
Fantastic. That's right.
Sir, your favorite two entities?
Out of which you have listened?
Yes, sir.
That's a nice question. We'll start with Dakshin Sundar.
Embracing the skills. And because like you said, so like you both said, it's good to develop the skills, but it's even more important to embrace them and use the skills when it's required. So I like embracing the skills and updating the resource mechanisms.
Adding on to what Dakshin Siddharth mentioned, we played a little game yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Myself, Dakshin, Hari, and Vishwa also joined. So we were playing football on the table. Okay. Dakshin, amongst us, Dakshin is the expertise, holds the expertise in football. And he was doing it and we were playing on par with him.
Okay, sir.
That is development of skills. ஆனால் அந்த டேபிள் மேலே இருந்த அதே விஷயத்தை அதே எஜிலிட்டி அதே ஸ்பீடை கவர்மெண்ட் இந்த கிரவுண்டில் காட்டுமா அப்படின்னு கேட்டால் தட்ஸ் டவுட்ஃபுல். ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஷோ த சேம் ஸ்கில் சேம் ஸ்பீட் இன் த கிரவுண்ட் தென் தட் இஸ் ஸ்கில்ஸ் ஆர் ஸ்ட்ரென்த்ஸ் தட் இஸ் பீங் எம்ப்ரேஸ்ட்.
Yes, sir.
இங்கே வந்துட்டு ஒரு டாயை வச்சு விளையாடும் போது தட்ஸ் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் த ஸ்ட்ரென்த்.
Yes, sir.
That's where in mechanical engineering we used to have an anecdote. In MCT when I was working as a professor,
Okay, sir.
one person asked me, he was a mechanical engineering student, his name is Vimal. Vimal asked me, sir, what's the difference between knowledge and skill? I told him, உங்ககிட்ட இருக்கிறது நாலேஜ் கரெக்ட் படம் கிட்ட போனேன் அப்படின்னா விவசாய நிலத்தில் ஒரு ஆள் இருப்பார், அவருக்கு இருக்கிறது ஸ்கில்.
Skill.
சார் கேன் யூ எலாபரேட்? ஹி ஆஸ்க்ட். I said, டிராக்டரில் ஓடுற பிஸ்டனை எப்படி நம்ம சரி பண்ணுறது அப்படின்னு கேட்டால் யூ வில் தியரிட்டிக்கலி எக்ஸ்பிளைன்.
Yes, sir.
That's knowledge.
That's knowledge.
ஆனால் சதாசிவம்னு ஒரு ஆள் இருக்கார், மஹிந்திராவில் டிராக்டர் வாங்கி 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 ஓட்டி 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 மறுபடியும் ரீசேல் பண்ணணும். பிஸ்டன் வந்துட்டு எவ்வளோ மோசமான பிஸ்டனை நீ கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா 22 நிமிஷத்தில் அந்த பிஸ்டன் ரெடி பண்ணி இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஆனால் நீ வந்து சொல்கிற ஒரு வார்த்தை கூட சதாசிவத்துக்கு புரியாது.
புரியாது.
ஆனால் பிஸ்டனை எப்படி ரெடி பண்ணணும்னு அவருக்கு நல்லா
தெரியும்.
ஸோ வாட் ஹி ஹேஸ் அ ஸ்கில். அப்போ எம்ப்ரேசர் யாருன்னு கேட்டால் இந்த நாலேஜையும் ஸ்கில்லையும் ஒன்றா வச்சுருக்கோம். அவன் தான், அதுதான் மாடர்ன் இயர் ஆஃப் இன்ஜினியரிங். Iron should be explaining what is microprocessor or what is semiconductor chip. அப்படின்னு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணவும் தெரியணும். அந்த செமிகண்டக்டர் சிப்பை வச்சு சால்விங் பண்ணி காமிக்கவும் அவனுக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ தட்ஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்.
Yes, sir. But in our government schools, we don't have any practical knowledge, sir. But all our toppers will explain that in a half an hour, sir. But if the semiconductor is here, they don't know what is this like us.
School and college is a building which is having the license to give you a paper called as graduation certificate.
Yes, sir. Graduation.
அந்த பில்டிங் அது ஒன்றுக்கு மட்டும் தான் யூஸ் ஆகும். ஆனால் நாலேஜை வளர்த்து பெரிய ஆளாக உன் கையில் மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும். நல்லா நினைச்சுக்கணும். அது ஒரு பில்டிங், அந்த பில்டிங் ஒரே ஒரு லைசன்ஸ் இருக்குது. அவன் தான் கிராஜுவேஷன் ஒரு சர்டிஃபிகேட் கொடுத்து ஒரு கருக்களை தொட்டி உன் தலையில் வைக்க முடியும், வேறு யாரும் வைக்க முடியாது. ஆனால் உள்ளே போய் அடித்து உத வாங்கி உன்னையே நீ வந்துட்டு செதுக்கிறது உன்னுடைய யுவர் ஆன்சர்.
Sir, overcome the failures and updating ourselves with the resource mechanism.
And my two favorite entities are the last slide that you mentioned, like handling the emotions on a daily basis. That's my first favorite entity. The second favorite entity, as we all had a magnanimous discussion about the strengths, developing the strengths. If you keep on developing the strengths, you don't even have to slouch down for anybody.
Yes, sir.
You can live without fear. So,
Sir, my favorite is I want to listen to my weaknesses, sir. So in my life, I played badminton, football, everything games, sir. But once I failed, I will leave that game, sir, because I have failed that, so I don't want to do like that, sir. In 6th journals, I leave badminton, sir. But in 9th in playing MHS school, we lost the first match, sir, because of our teammates' misunderstanding, sir. So that I leave football. I left my football.
so if you've got a problem, you will desert it. That's your habit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will work on that.
But I want to change the
But you
habit.
still have the game inside you. As
Yes,
long
sir.
as that is
Yes,
there,
sir.
it's good. If you have the game inside you, then nobody can push you down. Right.
So that's all.
Questions time. If you have got any questions, you can ask. You have?
Yes.
Please.
Some people are taking a break for a year for overcome the failure, and I also took the overcoming the failure in 2020 to 23. So I have learned how which are the mistakes I done, and I was sort out in that it's justify, it's a poor.
Is it really necessary to take break for rebooting? Is it true? And the myth was true or false on paper?
Sir, it's true, sir. We want our own time to give comeback, sir. Yes, sir. As I mentioned, we are during the process. Everyone will discourage us, sir. Oh, don't do like that. After they see our results, they are appreciate for that work, sir.
I see.
So the second question. You have mentioned handling the emotions. When I was a leader in the company and I want to work with some people below me as a member, below me, as they are the workers for me.
Okay.
They are not doing, they are just enjoying the AC room. So when I want to be an angry man or just silent, I want to be watching.
Watching out.
Sorry, if you want to scold them because because of your work ethic, but if you want to be their friend, you want to be silent and polite and want to tell politely to do their work.
Okay. Done? Arun?
Yes.
Dakshin?
So that was a good presentation, Naresh.
Thank you, thank you.
So you said you have not played football since 9th standard.
Yes.
So you have not even like touched a football?
No, I have played, but I don't go to next level. I
He
don't.
got egotistically hurt, and some of his friends have misunderstood. So there was a kind of an agony and anger, and he dropped.
Sir, because
But
I
he had-
studied in Ladangi school, sir. Its school ground is very small, sir. When compared to MHS school ground, our school ground is 10 times smaller, sir. But after seeing this ground, we don't have proper practice, sir. That and all teammates are fighting for the ball, sir. But we have proper jerseys, boots, equipment, and all, sir. That and the MHS school guys don't even have proper t-shirts, sir. But they win the match by penalty shootout, sir. Because our teammates can't run, sir.
What's your question?
So do you think, like, now when you think back about it, what do you think about your decision? Did you make the right decision, or could you have spent some more time on the field?
Yes, I want to spend more time on my field.
So
Sir,
it's-
1 month ago.
You confess that it is a mistake from your side?
Yes, sir, I have mistaken.
What measures you are going to take that the mistake is not repeating in your life, because you are going to get into a new environment, college. So how can you emphasize that you are not committing the same mistake in college as well?
Sir, now I have learned to accept failures and feel the pain, sir. So it's okay, no problem. Sir, 1 month ago I have joined Saravana Sports Grand Arena.
Yeah.
Vadakkepalayam. Yes, sir. I have played 1 week, sir. But after 1 week, I can't able to come from the distance is very long, sir.
We should play a game there.
Yes, sir.
I think Dakshin has gone to the ground too.
Yes.
The box court, tough court.
Yes, sir.
Tough
One
court.
day, one day you all come and park your vehicles here, and we four or Vishwa for that matter, we all will go by my car. We will pay for 2 hours.
Okay, sir.
We will play.
Can play, sir.
Maybe cricket or football or whatever. Maybe football. Obviously, it's a football court.
Yes, sir.
2
Football.
goalposts are there inside.
So we can also do cricket.
Yeah.
But we play football.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, I have got a group. Those people call me Saturday, 4 to 7 cricket. But during that time, I have a class here. That's why I'm not doing it. Even 2021, June, July, August, 1 year back, I was regularly visiting Saturday.
Okay.
We used to play. Each player will pay 200 rupees and we used to.
Sir, even though distance is long, I come and play, sir. On Saturday morning, they will different clubs come and conduct a match there, sir. In that match, I have got a several injury on my toes, and after that, my dad was also scolding me, "Don't go like that, sir." So I stopped the.
Dad is an expert in sporting. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? No. Right. My question is, if I ask you to take 2 qualities that you are not supposed to take to the college life from school life, and if I want you to uninstall 2 qualities in your life and then get into the college, what will be the 2 qualities to you?
Sir, believing.
Completely uninstall.
Yes, sir. Sir, believing everyone completely. They are by seeing on the first day, second day, we start our convo. I believe that they are a nice guy. First thing I want to uninstall that, sir. Second one, I want to uninstall my ego, sir. In my friendships, I had a lot of fights between silly things because of my ego, sir. So I want to uninstall the two things.
How do you think this presentation is helping you now that this is your 6th class in MSc English sessions?
Yes, sir.
So how do you think this presentation has helped you?
Sir, while making this presentation, I have researched many things in Google and all, sir. I have learned many things about failures, and I have saw many quotes which is very motivational for me, sir.
Oh. Right, Harish, so that was a good presentation. He took almost about 40 minutes for making the presentation.
Okay.
I really appreciate it. And now we'll move on to the next item.
Sir, while I leaving from home, I have many ideas to speak, sir. But after seeing these two genius, I can't implement here. Sir.
Relax.
Yes,
This
sir.
is your first
Yes, sir. First.
presentation. And they are not genius anymore. No, they are just learners. Inside, they have got the zeal that they are
Yes.
genius, but that's good. But compared to you, we are all only neutral learners.
Yes, sir.
அவங்ககிட்டயும் நிறைய மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் கரெக்ட் பண்ண வேண்டியது இருக்கு.
Sir, yes, sir.
மேபி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரசன்டேஷன் அப்படிங்கிறனால உனக்கு அப்படி தெரியுது.
Okay,
ரெண்டு
sir.
பிரசன்டேஷன் பண்ணா you will be on par with that as well.
Okay, sir.
Everybody is having the scale going up.
Yes, sir.
Just like that. அந்த எண்ணம் மட்டும் வராம பார்த்துக்கோ. பிரசன்டேஷன் பண்ணும்போது we call that as an antelope and predator. Predator, man eater, antelope. துள்ளி ஓடும் மான். Presentation பண்ணினா you can either be a predator or an antelope. Predator அப்படின்னா these people are equal predators னு நினைச்சுக்கோ. antelope நினைக்கிறவங்க உங்களுக்கு உரிமை இல்லை.
Okay, sir.
Right? antelopesனா நான் சிங்கம் இவனுங்கெல்லாம் ஆடுங்க அப்படின்னு நினைக்க தேவையில்லை.
Yes, sir.
மாநிலங்கள் தேவையில்லை. ஆனால் a predator speaking to equal predators அப்படின்ட்டு அது ஒரு சாய்ஸ். செகண்ட் சாய்ஸ் என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டால் they being predators and you being the antelope. man eaters எல்லாரும் ஒரு குரூப்பாக உட்காந்துருக்கிறது நீ வந்து மாநிலமாக இருக்குது.
Yes, sir.
செகண்ட் சாய்ஸ் மட்டும் சூஸ் பண்ணுறது.
Okay, sir.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாய்ஸ் predator to a predator. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாய்ஸில் predator நினைக்கிறதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு உரிமை இருக்குது. செகண்ட் சாய்ஸில் அவங்க predators நீ antelope அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு உரிமை இல்லை.
So I also felt that I have moved very fast in presentation, but in next time.
No, you could have made the presentation even more dramatic and even more interesting to listen if you had eliminated the pictures and put only words.
Yes, sir.
ஏன்னா சைக்காலஜி என்னன்னா ஒரு ஸ்லைடை பார்க்கும்போது நிறைய எழுத்துக்கள் இருந்ததுன்னா அப்படின்னு ஃபெட்டிக் ஆகிடும் மைண்ட் அவரோட லிசனர்ஸ். வெறும் 5 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் 6 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ஜாட்டட் டவுன் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் வந்து they will be excited to listen.
Okay. Next time I will correct.
So pictures that
Attractive
Sir,
pictures.
so only I get the pictures, sir.
No. It was good. It was very good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
CRS உனக்கு இவங்களுக்கு ஈக்குவலான மார்க் கண்டிப்பாக கிடைக்கும்.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay, so now we're going to play a little bit of a game here. It's called as court martial. Although court martial has been executed quite many times in MS evening sessions, this time it's going to be different because you are no longer little boys, you are adolescent people now. So, what we are going to do is, I'll be setting up a clock here and you will be standing near the mic, very enticingly near the podium, and you can answer my questions. Okay? The questions will be of anything. The questions will be very, very short. And even if you are not able to understand the logic and the real meaning of the question, you have to make a creative answer and you need to. Like I would say a statement. Okay? Like I would say a statement, eagle can never become vultures. So there is a lot of scope for thinking creatively in this statement. So you have to immediately think and you have to say. Okay? 3 பேருமே அந்த சான்ஸ் எடுக்க போறீங்க. Who's starting? Hariharan finished a presentation recently. Harishwara finished a presentation recently. But for you, standing on the podium, it's been 3 days or 4 days since you have stood on the podium, so you come first.
Thank you.
God bless you.
எவ்வளோ கிரியேட்டிவாக யோசிக்க முடியுமோ யோசிங்க. யோசிச்சு முடிஞ்சளவு பண்ணுங்க. Harishwara, you have your phone?
Sir, no, sir.
You did not bring your phone.
Sir, only.
Yeah, time up. Start clock over. எப்போ முடியுதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம்.
Okay, sir.
எல்லாம் எடுத்துக்கலாம். Okay, stand comfortably. Right. 3, 2, 1. Action. Sir. Youngsters fall for money and lot of wealth and they become greedy towards financial and materialistic benefits. Why and what should we do for avoiding that?
So it's the influence of many factors, sir. They see some rich people around them, and they feel like they also want to be like them, and they want to lead a good life. And they watched on TV and movies where you see like rich characters who are going like who are traveling in private jets and luxury cars and yachts, and they want to be like them. And like there are a lot of movies in which the main character is like a billionaire or something. So even Tony Stark, who's my favorite, like he's my favorite superhero character ever, and even he's a billionaire. If you watch Batman, Bruce Wayne, he's a billionaire. So if you watch Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, the protagonist, he's a billionaire. So when you see so many, like when a kid watches that kind of film or a series, he comes to think that money is everything, and in order to lead a respected life, you need money. And a part of it is true. You'll be respected by people around only if you have something to show. So if you are too poor or if you don't have the right means, and people will look down on you and they'll try to hamper your growth. But if you're rich and you have something to show, then people will change their stance and they'll start being nice to you. So it's the kind of like mindset that the kids got now. So this is how this generation thinks, sir. And they do work hard for making the bucks, but sometimes they get too much greedy when they don't know when to stop. They start looking for illegal ways to make more money, and that's when they get caught up in a problem.
What do you think a youngster can become rich in terms of contribution mindset? Like, I have to give to society, I have to give to this community, I have to give. Because if his dad is not like that, if his mother is not like that, there is more unlikely chance that the youngster will start thinking like that. So how do you think the person should develop that contribution mindset?
Sir, I think it's not something that he gets from outside. It should come from within, sir. He should look at the society and he should look at people and should get the tendency to help others. It's not something that can be induced into someone by someone else. It has to come from within. If he really wants to make a change, then he should do it, sir. And that's why like a lot of sportsmen, because they do it, they want to create a change. I give an example of Kobe Bryant, sir. He's one of my favorite players, and the thing that he used to do was yes, sir.
You were speaking about a deceased man.
It's a late Kobe Bryant. So when he had the means to do something good for the society, he opened up an academy for girls to play basketball. So which like women's basketball is not very popular, and it's still not so popular, but he wanted to encourage more girls to play basketball. And he himself is a father of 3 daughters, so he wanted to encourage his daughters as well as some like girls all around the world to take up any sport that they want. And that's how he contributed towards the society, sir. And if you look at many other sportsmen, they also do the same thing. They want to promote kids to play basketball. Steph Curry is a great basketball player who had a foundation called Eat, Play and Learn for kids in the Bay Area. It's near San Francisco. So he opened up an academy for kids and he provided them free meals, and he gave them free basketball courts and football fields, and he gave them free education, because kids should not feel like the pain of the family, and they should divert their mind away from their household situation, and they should do something good, sir. So that's how you make a change.
Darshan, you have to choose the ambition stream, then what skills you want to develop in future?
I want to be better at coding. I want to be good at managing people. I want to also be good at the business side of it, so that it'll be easy for me to grow to a higher position in whatever company I'm doing. I'm working at. So instead of being one-dimensional, I have to have skills in various fields so that I can do more stuff, and I can if I have a specialization in some areas, then I can do the work specifically meant for those specializations, but if I also do some outward courses from external sources, so I can, if a person is able to be multi-dimensional, so the companies are looking for that kind of guy because he can be put anywhere. So I want to go into the management side as well. Once I'm done with only being a pure coder, I can develop and go to the management side of it and can be a project manager or like managing a team or whatever. So, but for that you have to first start off with the basic thing, which is to be a programmer or a developer, and then you can progress.
Okay. The time is 6 minutes, and I was planning for 6 minutes for third person.
Okay.
Would you like to extend it?
Okay, so if he hasn't asked a question.
Any other question?
Sir,
3, 2, 1, time is it.
Actually, I have heard that you are a nice footballer. How do you got interested in football when you were beginner?
Okay, so initially I didn't play a lot of sports, but I've been watching basketball since I was in grade 5. I didn't have a lot of interest in football, but in grade 8, I started really like watching this guy called Messi, and once I started watching him play, and I was mesmerized by what he could do with his feet, and I really got into football after that, and I started following him. I started following the teams that he played for, which were Barcelona at that time. And then once I started watching the game, and in Disha school, football is really popular. We have like a big ground, and it's the most popular sport in our school. And we have more footballers in our school than cricket players. So we obviously had a lot of scope to play. And after playing in school during the weekdays and weekends, I used to play with my friends in either Roundana or MHS. So that's how I developed the passion for football. And I've also played basketball in school. So I played football and basketball alternatively. So this is how I got the interest towards these two sports, because I played them a lot.
Are you aiming to create your own app for by your coding?
I would love that. I'll try to do it in my college tenure, because you'll have group projects related to that. So I'll definitely try to do it. I'd love it, in fact.
Are you having any journal for creating apps or education based?
I've always been like intrigued by voice assistants. You know, like the artificial intelligence behind them, like the AI, and how we are able to interact with the AI and extract the job from it.
His only friend was Google. He used to speak only with the Google Assistant. And he did not have friends, right?
I did have friends, but I enjoyed more speaking to Google, sir, because so I like to use Google and Alexa, and I want to create something similar to that, if possible. I'll try.
Okay.
All the best.
Thank you.
Last question for you, Lakshan. So that's,
Yes.
the year is 2043.
43, sir. Okay, sir.
20 years ago from now. 2043, and your bank balance is quite a bunch of $1 million in US currency. And you have a beautiful home to come back to in India as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And you are in a very strong position, a domain that you have been looking for. And you have a few $1 million of money that can be encashed and that can be converted to Indian currency, and you can spend. You can spend. You don't have any choice, no bills, no investments, no liquid cash portfolios, whatever it may be. You can spend it at your own cost. Where will you spend? And why?
Sir,
That can be expenditures, that can be savings, that can be charity, anything.
so I'll start off by talking some basic business, sir. So basically, let's say when I get my first earnings, sir, like I've seen a lot of businessmen do it. Like I talked about a basketball player called Shaq, and he was like, when he was young, he spent about $1 million in 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something. He like vanished his entire check in one day. And then when his manager called him and he scolded him and he said that you were not supposed to spend money like this, then he started to learn business. And then what he said was, he took a piece of paper and let's say that's $100, let's say it's 100% of whatever you have, and you take out, you split it into half, okay? 50. You have 50 and 50. So this 50 is, you don't have to touch it. It's completely for savings. And you have the other 50, right? You have to split that 50 in half, then you have 25 and 25. One part of that 25 should also be put in savings, so it will be 75 in savings. And the 25 that you have left, you can do anything with it. You can buy anything that you want, or you can spend it in whatever way you want. But the 75 should be in the bank and you should not touch it. So that's the first thing that he said when an interviewer asked for business advice. So I'd like to do something similar. I have a lot of savings, and with the money that I have, I'd invest in something, or I'd provide it to charity and contribute something. So I'd like to invest in some stocks and try to see where it takes me, and I'd save a lot of portion in savings.
Okay. So Darshan Siddharth has taken 11 minutes and 10 seconds in this court martial. Good job, Darshan.
Thank you.
For your class. Last but by no means least for the day, Harriet. Come. You should naturally consume the same 11 minutes. Okay? 3, 2, 1, 0. When you are trying to do something very, very powerful, or for your growth and for your career growth, and you have 3 friends who are completely fun oriented, the gesture archetype that we spoke, and they come and intrude and they intervene your growth, they try to put you down, they try to insult you, they try to take your time. How will you escape that particular spiral and come back to your force?
They're good friends.
They're very good friends. They're very good friends. Even your father and mother have got very good respect and affinity towards them. Such nice boys, very well disciplined like you. They are really good. They don't have any, bunch of cats mentality. Nice people, good people from the society. But when it comes to having a goal, they are very bad. They're lazy, they're fatigued, and they are also having the crab mentality. When the other crab, climbs up, people sit down. So, how do you escape it?
Sir, that time I want to be a true personality person, sir. With them I want to be enjoying as them, sir. In another side I want to be a hard worker and smart, sir.
You morph yourself and you will create another personality to spend.
No, sir, I will be spending in college. I will be spending with them, sir. In the
Really
home, I
nice.
will be lonely, sir. So I will be working on this.
Alright, okay, fine. Now, why do you think college students are so excited about the opposite gender? They get infatuated, they form relationships, and they try to, sometimes some boys are shamefully excited with the very fact that they can have their like-minded and their own age of girls in the classroom, and they have a lot of fantasized thinking, and they come and they get disappointed. They get completely disappointed. Either the college will be very strict, or they will have sister-like people inside the classroom, and they will not have any of their expectations. This kind of a filthy mechanism, God has created that in the form of hormones. And why God is so ruthless and ruining in deviating an youngster's life? How do you think the person can come across that?
So self-discipline, sir, and not keeping any much expectations, sir. I don't have expectations to anything, sir. So anything I will not be expecting.
Anything.
Anything I will not be expecting, sir. And self-discipline that we should be in first year we should be learning, sir, not going with enjoying the classes.
Second year, that's what you're saying.
No, sir. The whole year here we are studying. That time we should be focusing on our goals.
Good. Okay, right, fine. Lion, tiger, cheetah, jaguar, all these animals don't know that human beings are taking them as examples. They don't even know about human beings. The only thing that is the proliferated mechanism is when they look into a human, they will pounce and they will eat because they are man-eaters. But they don't know that, a lion does not know that it is considered as a very big icon amongst the human beings. Okay? You have to be like a lion, run like a tiger, pounce like a cheetah. Cheetah, tiger doesn't even know that the human beings are considering them as idols. Likewise, sometimes we never know who we have impressed. We never know who we have taken as, who has taken us as an idol. Do you really think creating impression and being an inspiration to the others is important in life? And if it is important, how can we become one?
So we should be doing ours. So we should not be creating impression on others, wasting time. Sir. You as mentioned, sir, the bowler that in Pakistan he has no who is it no, sir. So like that situation we should be handling, sir. We should be going on our path, not showing off to others.
If you take our epic, in Ramayana, Ravana has been considered as an antagonist. And in Mahabharata, forget about Duryodhana, but Karna is along with Duryodhana who is the chief antagonist. But if you take these two individuals, I can even put up the war drapes of these two individuals because I like them so much. I like Ravana so much, I like Karna so much. But look at their destiny. Irrespective of the services, irrespective of the contribution, he became a heel and ill person because bad thing was done for his sister. Ravana has become such a monster because his sister was attacked. Right? Karna was becoming a monster against Pandavas because his friend was assassinated. So good people in a bad company and driven to do bad things in life. So if you face situation of Ravana where you are a good man but pushed into a bad deed, situation of Karna, you are a good person. Even God comes and begs to Karna for some sort of offerings.
Yes.
And you are pushed into a wrong deed. At one point of time, you suddenly realize, oh my God, we are a good person. I'm actually a good person, and what am I doing here? Look at me. That sudden revelation makes you feel more painful. During that time, how can you come back to your right identity, and how can you get your supremacy?
So getting lonely and thinking about the good things I have done for the society and the people. So I can come back and I can recover from the bad people. Also, so they can also change as a good people.
The question that I asked Vishwa yesterday, what does, Messi, Dakshin mentioned for that matter, Virat Kohli, Vishwa says for that matter, what benefits do we have by having the affinity and love towards these people? We spend nights watching them play. We spend hours talking about them. But those people are living in their bungalows. They are living in their own high-paying mansion and all that. Why are we so much drilled, thrilled and spelled towards sports icons? And what is the benefit beyond it? What's
one first point, sir, we can learn skills from their playing, sir. And coordination that the team is, leads to the winning victory, sir. And whatever the score is not bothering them, sir. They are just playing, and the cool mentality I admire, sir. And some of the captains will be just like Dhoni, so they will be cool, but they will be act as a cool captains, sir, but they are not as might we think, sir.
Okay. What is your inclination and intention towards joining a boxing class? Why?
Sir, I have much bullied and I have been controlling my anger, sir. When it comes to boxing, I can
Went out.
no, so I can split out in boxing punches.
Well done, I went out.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Questions?
He can ask.
Harish.
Sir, I want your answers.
You want?
Your answers.
Which one? For which one?
Sir, what do you do if you are in the state of Karna?
In the state of Karna, I asked Hariharan how do you I will stick with Duryodhana. Because he's my friend. And he's been looking at me like God ever since we both became friends. And if I were Karna, I will stick with the friendship of Duryodhana. But at the best measures, I would have begged him not to hurt my brothers, my younger brothers, my 5 younger brothers. As per the epic, Karna is the eldest person, right? So even Dharma, the eldest of Pandava, is happening to his own younger brother. But I would definitely ask Duryodhana, I would have asked Duryodhana not to hurt my younger brothers, and I want all the 5 alive and kicking with full shape. I can do whatever you want me to do. You want me to die for them? I'll do, which is what he did. Right? So So I will do, I believe in that, but let us not have this bullshit, let us not have this particular war, because this war is only for a female, right? So it is both epic of India, Ramayana and Mahabharata, because of female, right? So Sita, a battle came between Rama and Ravana. Draupadi, a battle came between Pandavas and Kauravas. Okay. So I would have definitely asked him, this is a female issue. Let us give the womanhood. Okay. Womanhood the respect that they deserve. And I want my brothers not to be which Karna did not do. But he did not go and beg Duryodhana, but ultimately he sacrificed himself for his brothers. But I would have spoken. I would have definitely had a word to my friend Duryodhana. Because he's my friend, I can talk anything to him. That's all it is. Good question.
So, Hariharan, my question to you is, you said you were bullied a lot and used to control your anger. Do you think it was the right thing to do? Because, like, why do you give space for bullying?
I was so innocent, sir. So innocent. I will not be speaking to anyone, and I'm just smiles. So that makes me weaker. So
Now, if you were this Hariharan, would you have done something differently?
yeah,
She would have spoken back. He would have spoken back. Let's break the shackles. This guy never in MS meeting sessions, and he had many persons in school. Those people had, you see, when Navin cracked the joke, Vedavashan started laughing. And when Vedavashan cracked the joke, Navin started laughing. And you know, Balaji will laugh for everything. So what happened was, at that point of time, there was a particular moment where the laughing sounds, when he was bullied and when this particular leg pulling was happening, a couple of people will not laugh at Hari. One was Mitra, another one was Uday Sri, another one was Kavinithan. Kavinithan will not laugh at him. But these people like Balaji, Uday Kirtana, Vedavashan, Navlan, there were a couple of others, Natish, there was another guy from here. These people were laughing at the chorus, and he was like an angler, and those people were like predators. And at one point of time, he felt that, okay, I'm doing a lot of mistakes, and that's why sir is scolding me, and these people are making fun. So the mistake is mine. So, just like I'm absorbing the scolding from sir, I can absorb this bullying also. Appadi condition I have. Okay? School adhe ayichu. Amma, namakku thappu irukku. Appa avanga nama bully pandra. Appa adha vaangi. Right now, okay. Do I have committed any mistake? No. I have not committed mistake. I'm a polite soldier. But Appa, he was not able to do that. He was accepting everything. Go on. Give me. No, you give me. Hello, excuse me. Do you know? My name is Hariharan. You can bully me. Come on. Bully me. But he was allowing the permission to everybody. So, that's how it is. Am I right?
yes.
Because one thing I got so disappointed with Hariharan's father was he did not spend a time along with his son by having the arm around the shoulder. Right? Which I did. You know, when he played football. You are the only person who loved and admired Hariharan for what is Hariharan. அவன் ஹரிஹரனா இருந்ததுக்கு அவனை மரியாதை வச்சு அவனை பாசத்தோட பார்த்த ஒரே ஃப்ரெண்டு மித்ராவுக்கு அப்புறம் Mitra has told me several times after MSc decisions that can you do something for Hariharan because these people are really, targeting him. Now, I'm a little girl. Mitra is 2 years, almost 2 years younger than Hariharan, like 2 years younger than you. So she did not have 2005 on both of you. She is 2007 on. என்னால் சொல்ல முடியலப்பா நீங்கள் அவங்ககிட்ட பேசுங்க முக்கியமாக நவலங்கிட்ட பேசுங்க அப்படின்ட்டு. அண்ட் அட் ஒன் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் டைம் நவலங்கிட்ட நான் கூப்பிட்டு அடிக்கிற அளவுக்கு போனாலும் அவங்க பிறகு கம்மியாச்சுன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஹரிஹரன் அண்ணன் கூப்பிட்டு பிறகு கம்மியாச்சு. பட் ஐம் ஸ்பீக்கிங் அபவுட் திஸ் March 2019 to December 2019 in the span. அதுக்கப்புறம் they were good friends. 2020 ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸஸ்லாம் they were good friends. They were playing football. So that's how it is. ஒருவேளை வந்து கோபின்னா வந்து இவனை ரொம்ப ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டு மாதிரி பார்த்துருந்தாரு அப்படின்னா அப்பாவோட சப்போர்ட் இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறது நான் வேறு மாதிரி ஆரம்பிச்சேன். அது என்ன போச்சு. அண்ட் ஸ்டில் ஹி இஸ் டூயிங் தி சேம் மிஸ்டேக். தட்ஸ் தி பாயிண்ட். Let's see. Any other questions?
So if you are in college, now if you go to college and something similar happens to you, how will you respond after learning from all this?
Just I will be calm down, but I will be speaking to my professors or anti-ragging act. Then they are not obeying their elders' rules, then I can't.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. Instead of getting targeted or instead of targeting the others and having a ruckus with them. You see, a person who is going to the supreme level of personality, complaining things, it's not weak. ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட போய் கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணுறான் அப்படின்னா அதை ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு அவன் ப்ராப்ளம் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு வீக்காக இருக்கான்னு அர்த்தம். ஹீஸ் ஜஸ்ட் ட்ரைங் டு ஃபாலோ த ப்ரோட்டோகால். ஓகே, ஸோ அதான் கரெக்டு. ஸோ அதுக்கு மேலே அந்த திங்கிங் வேணும். வாட் யூ டூயிங் இஸ் ரைட். Any other point you would like to give as a concluding remark?
No.
A philosophy or something in
Please,
life?
please, Hari, come on. No.
Okay. 14 minutes. Hariyan has taken 14 minutes. All right. Thank you so much. Good job, Hariyan.
Thank you.
All right. So before we conclude today's class, my question commonly to all the people: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days of classes we have conducted without any break, and suddenly when we are going with the little fellows on Friday, what change do you see? Friday and Saturday.
Sir, 4 days learning and today's playing. It's just enjoying moment that.
No, we are playing. You see, next week we will have a game, strategy game amongst you three. Presentations are over. வார டெய்லி ப்ரெசன்டேஷனே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்குன்னு என்னால் சொல்ல முடியாது. ஏன்னா அந்த எம்எஸ்சி ஈவினிங் செஷனோட எசன்ஸ் போயிடும். ஸோ சி கமிங் மண்டே, டியூஸ்டே, வெனஸ்டே எல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there will be a game strategy. அது ஓகே. What will be okay? Fine. So 3 people. I'll assign 3 people. Pravan for you, Shivan for you, Kavin and Nitin for you, because they are already close to you. உங்களோட ஏஜில் இப்போ நீங்கள் இருக்கிற மாதிரி அவங்களுக்கு வர அளவுக்கு அவங்க என்ன செய்யணும்? What are all the steps that they have to take? Because a person like Kavin and Nitin speaking like Harish, a person like Shivan speaking like Dakshin, a person like Pravan getting the maturity like Hariharan is a good proposition to happen, and their family will be very happy. What is your session? Case study.
Sir,
Pravan has a case study. Yeah.
like this generation, their parents are just modern, sir, so we have more support for parents from parents, sir. So whenever he where the place is gone, he got trouble, any trouble means the parents will be coming and supporting him, sir. So he can boldly talk to anyone or argument someone, sir, with any wrong situation, and he can, by coming this class, he can be gel with everyone easily, sir, and he have some physical activities and so he.
Okay. Dakshin. Shivan.
So I think Shivan's pretty good for his age. So I think he's
Third grade.
someone with great potential. I think he's great.
Third grade.
Yes. So for his age, he's quite good. And I think if he just keeps attending class regularly and if he keeps learning, his English is good for his age, but like the other things, the discipline and all that he teaches, if he learns them and if he combines them with his communication, then I think he'll be a great individual when he comes to high school. And I don't think there are a lot of kids at his age. I think in communication wise he's much better than Pravan, who's like in his same age. But I think if he gets a bit more of soft skills, because he's too young to have like good exposure to all the soft skills. But he's here now, and if he grasps everything, then I think he can be pretty good. So
Totally.
he just has to go on the same steps.
Okay.
So, can I add up on Pravan?
Sure.
So he slightly want to be serious in further age, sir, and he want to control his emotions to not expose in everywhere, sir. I'm not including this area, sir, but outer age he should not be exposed to emotions all times, sir. And he want to improve his communication.
Yes. Right. Okay. Agreed. Kavin, Nitin, Harish.
Sir, Kavin and Nitin are expecting that they want to be encouraged by all of us while they are playing, sir.
Okay.
They want to be the hero of the class.
Silently, they have that expectation.
Yes,
Your
sir.
observation is right. But I was only
Sir, I advise them to change the school first. Because I have studied Ladakhi for 5 years, sir, which I don't like. The school is like very ill for me.
Actually, they studied in a different school, and in that school they flunked very badly. அதனால இப்போ தான் போட்டிருக்காங்க. ஸோ பட் அட்வைசிங் them to change the school is not going to be possible, but அதனால தான் நான் இந்த மேண்டில் எடுத்துருக்கேன். I can train them with you. Okay, that's it. நாளைக்கு Mitra wants the first 20 minutes for distributing her feast cake. ஆமாம் 5 இல்லை எப்படி தான் இவ்வளோ ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து வர லேட்டாக விஸ்வா 6 மணி பண்ணுவான். சிவன் பிரவன் வந்து கிளாஸை முடிச்சுட்டு வீட்டுக்கு போய் சிப்ஸு பக்கோடாலாம் சாப்பிட்டு தான் வருவாங்க. அதனால் கரெக்ட் டைமுக்கு வரக்கூடிய ஆட்கள் வந்து நீங்கள் 3 பேர் தான். மித்ரா கம்பியம் வெள்ளிக்கிழமை என்ன ஹோம்ஒர்க் எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் கிளாஸ் மிஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம். ஸோ நீங்கள் 4 பேர் தான் வந்து நேரத்தில் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. நான் இருந்தாலும் நான் 5 o'clock போட்டுருப்பேன். நாளைக்கு வந்து இந்த கண்ட்ரி வார் அப்படிங்கிறது இருக்குது. அதில் வந்துட்டு நீங்கள் ஆப்போசிட் டீமோட கொஞ்சம் டவுனாக இருக்கீங்க. அதில் என்ன ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி வச்சுருக்கீங்க? தர்ணம் வரணும் நாளைக்கு ரவுண்டு போகணும்னு ஆசைப்படியா?
சாட்டர்டே எனக்கு நான் வருவேன்னு தெரியும்.
ஏன் என்னாச்சு?
தெரியல சார், ஏதோ வேலை இருக்குன்னாங்க. கேட்டு சொல்கிறேன் சார்.
என்ன வேலை? இப்போ நீ வந்தியா? அம்மா வந்தாங்க.
அம்மா கூப்பிட்டு வந்து விட்டு போனாங்க.
சரி சரி சரி. சாட்டர்டே மிஸ் பண்ணினா மைனஸ் சொல்லுவேன். கண்ட்ரி வார்ங்கிற ஆக்டிவிட்டி போயிட்டு இருக்கு.
ஆமாம் சார், நான் கேட்டு சொல்கிறேன்.
கேட்டு சொல்லு பார்க்கலாம். அப்படி போகிறதா இருந்துச்சுன்னா நம்ம போடலாம். போய் அங்கே இத்தனை பொடிங்களை வச்சுக்கிட்டு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம்னு தெரியல. அங்கே போய் செட் ஆகும்போது இருக்காது. அதான் பிரச்சனை. சரி பார்ப்போம். வில் ட்ரை. எத்தனை பேர் எத்தனை மணிக்கு வராங்கிறது 6 மணிக்கே லைட்டாக இருட்டாயிருக்கு. ஸோ மழை ஒரு காரணம். திடீர்னு மழை பெய்யும், திடீர்னு பார்க்கலாம். வி வில் டேக் எ கால் டுமாரோ. சரி, எனிதிங் எல்ஸ் வி ஹேவ் டிஸ்கஸ்? ரைட். சரி, இப்போ அம்மா வரணும் உனக்கு இல்லையா?
வரும்.
எத்தனை மணிக்கு வர சொல்லியிருக்கேன்? 1:10 வருஷம். ஓ ஆயிடுச்சு. ஸோ ஹரிஷ் ஃப்ரைடே, சாட்டர்டே, சண்டே. நான் ஒரு நாள் இன்னைக்கு லீவ் விட்டு ரெஸ்ட் எடுக்கணும்னு பார்த்தேன். ஓப்பன் ஐமர்
நாளைக்கு
21st ஜூலை. அது தமிழில் ஒரு அதை போய் அவன்கிட்ட பார்க்கலாம்.
இங்கிலீஷும் போடுறோம்.
நீங்கள் பொள்ளாச்சி
சார் இங்கிலீஷ் ஷோ தமிழ் ஷோ போடுறாங்க. தங்கம் போட்டுருக்காங்க.
தங்கம்
ஒன்று மட்டும் இங்கிலீஷ் போடுறோம்.
ஆமாம் சார், ஃபஸ்ட் டே போனால் இங்கிலீஷ் போடுவோம் சார், செகண்ட் டே போனால்
FTFS எல்லாம்
நான் போனேன்